Meet you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, Vicky.
8 games in, how's it going?
Yeah, I think it's gone well. It's been a lot, and there's been a lot to adjust to and learn, but the club is fantastic. The players have been amazing, and it's a great community here to live in Leeds. So yeah, it's been nice.
When you say a lot to adjust to, what's your biggest challenge?
Yeah, just the work every day, getting the team in a mold that I think can be successful. And, you know, I mean, there was such a distinct playing style before I came here, and trying to transform that as quickly as possible and as clearly as possible.
Yeah.
Like, this job is often about communication and the ability to make very complicated things simple. And so, you know, my ability to communicate those things on a daily basis that are football related, leadership related, psychologically on top of what we need, that's the job of a manager, and you have to be good at all of it.
How hard was it to take over from somebody like Bielsa in terms of the status he had at the club?
I think it was harder. It's harder for people to understand it outside the club, so externally, than it is internally. Obviously, he created high standards here internally, and he did really good work, but the work is the work, and once you get going with players and every day with the entire support staff and everything, everybody gets to learn each other, know each other, and then understand what their roles are and how we move forward. It's been more about the public perception of what that is. But you know, if part of this job is managing the media and the public perception and everything, but 90% of it is what we do here in the training ground.
How's the media going? Because I know they can be unkind to American coaches at times.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I was at the forefront of attacking this before other people did.
Yeah.
And it was a strategy that I had, right?
Yeah.
And I can say to you that for the most part, people have been very positive and welcoming. And I know that the combination of replacing a club icon, being an American, you know, speaking the way I speak, all these different things, what's always most important is how does the team play. And in that sense, I've been lucky to have a good group and a good club and a good team, and for us to have done reasonably well. That will need to continue for people to put up with me, but that's what the job is.
Why did you come here then? It's kind of a big step out of your comfort zone, or
I came here because of the people here. They convinced me that this was the right place for me, and I'm glad that they did. I just recently said if I had to choose this decision 100 times again, 100 times I would make the same decision. I'm incredibly happy here, and I believe I fit here really well. I'm open to challenges. You know, I wouldn't have learned German at 44 years old and gone to Germany if that wasn't the case. I wouldn't have, you know, I could have comfortably stayed in the U.S. and had a very successful career and probably coached the national team in a lot of different things. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to be part of an adventure and to learn and to grow. And so that's exactly what this is. Yeah, there are difficult days. There are difficult days, really difficult. But that's the only way to get better.
You talked about the differences between perhaps America and the Premier League. How vast is it? Is it a huge step?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a huge step.
And is that in terms of the relegation thing, or
well, it's everything. It's literally every step of what the job requires, or every aspect of what the job requires, is 10 times more intense.
Really?
Yes.
Nice,
it's the media scrutiny, it's the ability to be good on game day, it's the ability to train well, it's the video analysis.
What happens then back there if you have a bad day then, or a bad match?
I mean, that part is the same.
Right,
you know, how you process success and failure, and how you manage an environment is relatively the same. But it's all the other, I think, outside influences, and then what the challenges are in this league. The reality is this is the best league in the world, and you have to. In my role, in my job at this club, I have to be the best that I possibly can be to give our team a chance, and it's a great challenge, but one that I enjoy. You know, I like being challenged. I like being on my toes, and I just try to do everything I can to help the team.
You have come to this club when they have really you've got the biggest challenge perhaps you've ever had, maybe in your whole career. Is that something that you think you can achieve? Do you think you can keep them up? Can you?
Yeah.
What happens if you don't?
Right now my focus is singularly on only doing what we can to make sure that we stay in the Premier League. So I haven't even allowed myself to open the door about what if it doesn't go well, because that doesn't help, right?
Yeah.
So the next 2.5 weeks require 100% energy on positive thinking, positive effect, and positive movement.
I'm going to take you then 3 years ahead. What does it look like for Leeds then?
Yeah, I think in 3 years, it looks like the best academy in Europe, with young players that are playing in the first team consistently, where we're competing for Europe consistently, again, with our process of developing players from the academy into the first team, and that in the process we're also creating world-class players that can perform here, but also can help us financially by selling them to the most massive clubs for massive amounts of money, and then reinvesting that in the infrastructure of the club until we get to the point where 5-10 years from now, we can talk about really competing for titles and being one of the best teams in Europe. That's the goal.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
But just finally, because I know you're interested in travel, and I'm just fascinated of what you do and what you've done. What's on the bucket list for you then?
Well, I'm at 73 countries right now. I want to get to 100. So that's one of my life goals. I've traveled with my family a lot, and that's sort of one of our hobbies, is experiences and adventures.
What do you do? Go out in a Volkswagen van, camper van, or what?
We've done road trips, but I think we took a trip around. We backpacked around the world for 6 months as well.
For children as well.
Yeah. They were 11, 9, and 5.
Wow.
And we've, we're my family now. We're living here. My son's in Salzburg finishing high school. My daughter's in university in Scotland, and we're a very, I think, global family at this point, which I'm proud of. Like, I'm proud of my children for this experience, for being up for the challenge, and as difficult as it maybe has been for me to work in different environments and learn different cultures and languages, for young kids to have to deal with that. I mean, they're very adaptable, but they've gone after it 100% full gas with everything they've had, and I think they've benefited immensely from it. So we just put our son here in school in Leeds 2 days ago, and It was the first time he wore a uniform, and we took
How did that go?
Oh, it was outstanding. We took lots of photos, and seeing him in a tie, and I mean, and he is enjoying it, and he loves it, and we love it. So this is what life is about, for us, is just putting ourselves out there, new experiences, adapting and learning, and adding it to who we are.
Sounds like you absolutely love your day job.
I do. I'm happy to be here. I'm very thankful for the support I have. I don't think I've ever been as supported as I've been here by everyone in the club. And it's because we all have the same goal in mind, but I think they've responded to the type of person I am in a really good way. And I'm very appreciative of all the people and their mentality for what it is to be part of a big club. I'm really, really appreciative of being here and the support I've had from everyone.
Good luck. It's been lovely to meet you.
All right. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.